ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Dear friends, welcome back to the study of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, nomenclatured or known as the chapter on Karma Yoga. According to Swamiji's teachings and according to Sri Ramakrishna's advice, he precisely says, Sri Ramakrishna precisely says, Kolite Annagata Pran. In the modern age, Kali Yuga, whatever it may be, in this modern age, human vitality is at its very lowest ebb. Humans are not as strong as they used to be in previous times. Therefore, Jnanamishra Bhakti Prashasta. কলিতে মানুষের অন্নগত প্রাণ, কলিতে জ্ঞান মিশ্রা bhakti prashasta. These are the words that Sri Ramakrishna uttered as a guideline for all of us, especially for Swami Vivekananda. He took it up. He knew this is what Sri Ramakrishna wanted him to preach and to teach. Sri Ramakrishna didn't use the word karma yoga. Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Bhakti is emotional involvement with the awareness of presence of God. That is bhakti, devotion, dedication, emotional involvement. And what is jnana? Rationality. He says, in the present age, with the limited resources of human vitality, human strength, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, rationality well blended with emotionality, is a broad avenue to reach your goal. Goal is oneness with the divine. Swamiji took it up, and to have the sanction of the scriptures, he took up the word karma yoga from the Gita, and he developed it in a manner which he says, this is the religion for the humankind of the modern age. Religion for the humankind, quadrillions, each one keeping their faith, their belief, their religious affiliation into its proper place without diverting from it. Let them learn to perform their duties of life. Why? There is not a single human being walking on the earth who does not have a sense of duty. And that sense of duty makes him active. He performs, he works in the world, his sense of duty. That sense of duty is performed egoistically. I want this, I do not want this, I want this, I do not want this. I sits in the center and dictates by its own likes and dislikes what to do, what not to do. Karma Yoga teaches you duties you must perform. I will teach you a technique a methodology, a procedure, by performing your duties with a particular attitude. It's a correction of human attitude, attitudinal correction. With that corrected attitude, this performance of your duties egocentrically, which is a cause of making you a victim of pleasure and pain, ecstasy and agony, happiness and sadness, misery. You move like a pendulum between this dual throng. And that is how your life is spent. You don't know how and when. He says, I will teach you a procedure, a methodology, a technique by means of which you re-educate yourself. How? With an attitudinal correction, with a new attitude, you perform your duties. And that is a broad avenue in the modern world for a modern man or a modern human to reach his goal, his or her goal. That is the concept of karma yoga as enunciated by Swamiji, a direct and an independent means to realization. We have discussed this subject endlessly during the study of this chapter. Now 4 more verses are left, 40 and 41, 42 and 43. We are at the closing chapter of this study. Now, the end portion of this chapter conclusion of this chapter starts in shloka number 36, which we have read quite a lot, where Arjuna, very sincere, very devoted, dedicated, without assuming any airs of understanding which he does not understand, without any self-deception, openly asks Krishna, Sir, I can make myself an example. What is that? I know this activity done in this manner is not good for me. And let us not be general, let us be particular. Performing duties of my life with an attachment for the results thereof, and I am egoistically desiring a result, and therefore I am working for that end. I know it is not good for me after listening to you, and you have spared no pains to explain it to me. In spite of that, sir, I find someone holding by my neck and making me do things which I do know it is wrong. But I am helpless, I do so. This is a confession, sincere, serious, without any self-deception, a confession that Arjuna makes to his teacher. And who is Arjuna? Mouthpiece for all of us. We also feel sometimes my conscience tells me, don't do this, but I try to stifle, I try to strangulate my conscience, and I do it without listening to it, but the conscience never dies. It tells you are doing something which you should not do. But I do. This is the basic question, universally applicable to all of us. How come, dear Lord, knowing full well, without wanting to do so, I don't know who gets me by my neck and makes me do things which while doing, I know it is wrong, but I can't stop myself. Shloka number 36, and an answer, an explanation and clarification goes up to the 43rd shloka. We have read 36 shloka. We have read the first answer that Sri Krishna has to give. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajaguna samudbhava, mahapapna, mahashana mahapapna, biddhi enam iha vaidinam. He says, the 6 propensities led by desire, physical and otherwise, that is the root cause of your failure. That is the root cause which holds you by your neck and make you do things which you do not want to do, but you nonetheless do it. It is a dynamic force. Rajaguna samudbhava. It is a dynamic force. It is endless in its measure. There is no end to one's desire. The more your desires are fulfilled, more you are more hungry. Your stomach blows and grows and grows, and you keep on taking it. And it is the cause of sin, vice. Why is it vice? Your conscience is telling you not to think so, not to behave so in an attached manner, not to be active in such a manner. It is bad for you. You are a Swami, you are a Pravartaka, you have started your life. Don't do these things. The scriptures tell you, your Guru tells you, your well-wishers, senior Swamis tells you, but nonetheless, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Nonetheless, I am a victim of my endless desires. Desires rotating around this cosmos. This is a fact of life. Know for certain, Arjuna, that is your sworn enemy. Iha Bairinam. Bairi is enemy, a declared, determined, sworn enemy who is inimical to you. Why? It stands like a Chinese wall between your efforts and reaching the goal. This kamana, lust and desire. He generalizes the general question, the general answer. Good enough. He gives you an example how it functions and how it covers up your intelligence. And he says, just like smoke and ash amber covers up fire, just like dirt covers up a bright mirror, just like the womb, the uterus covers up the child is now able to move but is unable to move because it's contained in that sack. When it's out of it, it's free. He gives you all these examples. And now he comes to the answer. This is what is your situation. This is what your situation, the situation is your endless desire of worldly things confuses you, confounds you, and it has secured a strong lodgment in you, which you cannot dislodge, and it makes you do things which are absolutely inimical to your spiritual life. We have come up to that. Now, as I told you during my last discourse, I did develop the sloka number 40 as because it has direct relevance to building up our spiritual life. I will crave your indulgence to discuss it a little more and move on to the 41st shloka. I'll confine myself to the 40th and the 41st shloka. We read the 40th shloka. What does it say? It says, Indriyani mano buddhi asya adhishthanam uchyate. Indriyani, 5 sense organs and 5 active organs. Jnanendriya, Karmendriya. 5 active sense organs: eyes, nose, ear, taste, and touch. Active organs: hasta, pada, pani, upastha, payu. These are the organs with which a human being reacts. Now, within this human, the Paramatman and the Jivatman both live together. I do not know what Paramatman is. I am happy to know I am the Jivatman. Egocentric individuality based on the concept of separateness. That is how it all started in the Upanishads. Now he is telling you, look, Indriyani, that is the 10 Indriyas, and Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. 4 mutations of Chitta. This is psychological, and Patanjali has made no qualms about explaining it thoroughly in his Patanjali's Yoga Darshana. Patanjala Yoga Darshana. I'll not get into the detail of it. I will only touch those aspects which will help you to identify and dislodge it from your system. From your whole system, you dislodge it. Why? You know where it is hiding. Once you know its hiding place, with your willpower, with your rationality, with your ingenuity, and your devotion to be one with God, with these 4 faculties together, you just find out where it is hiding, get hold of it by its neck, and throw it out of your system once for all. That is why it is psychologically necessary for Sri Krishna to explain to us where does kamana, vasana, desire, physical and otherwise, has a lodgment in our own system. What is that lodgment? Indriya and Antahkarana. Bahirendriya, that is, the ones that interact with the world, and Antarindriya is that instrument, that karana, which interacts and makes you have experience and make you understand. I see you. That is a procedure. The end result is I experience my friend so-and-so is sitting in my presence. All of you are sitting in my presence. That is the end result of this procedure. Now, Chitta is the mind stuff of which the mind is made. That is a mutated form of chitta. As for instance, I will give you an example. There's a very beautiful breeze in your backyard and you're sitting by your poolside, backyard pool, and you find beautiful ripple on the pool water. The surface water is not a glass sheet stable. It is a beautiful ripple. And what happens? The ripples are reflecting the outside. The ripples do not allow you to see the bottom of the pool. So that pool water, I call it is in ripple when it is very, very small, mild modulation of little amplitude and little depression. We call it ripple. But however mild the ripple may be, it does not allow you to see the bottom of the pool. It makes you see the reflections outside because of the angle and reflectivity. Now, you go to the ocean side and you don't see ripples there. You see waves. And that waves, the amplitude is 6 inches. It's a wave. The amplitude is 1 meter. It is a breaker. And the amplitude is 14 meters. And it's a tsunami. But the base is water. Water of the pool, water of the ocean. Modulation of that water is known as wave, is known as breaker, is known as tsunami. It is water. The modulated form of water has different names. Similarly, chitta, that's the word. What does it mean? Where that eternal awareness reflects. That eternal awareness, Satchidananda Swarup Atma, Sat Swarup, Chit Swarup, Ananda Swarup Atma, is reflecting on my personality, my mind stuff, my chitta. That chitta, when it is totally unmutated, undisturbed, it is chitta. Water, absolutely crystal clear, without any ripple. That stage of the mind stuff is known as chitta, where the eternal awareness reflects or is contained by reflection. That chitta modulates. I see something. I am confident. I experience. I am seeing something. I am not sure what it is. I'm in doubt. I'm in hesitancy. That state of chitta is known as Samsayatmika Manaha. Here he says, Mana Buddhi Yasya Adhishthana Uchyate Manaha. A modulation of chitta is Manaha. Samsayatmika. It is full of doubt, full of hesitancy, full of non-confidence as to what I am seeing or what I am hearing. In general, the knowledge is there. I am seeing something. I do not know in particular Vishesha Gyan. Samanya Gyan, Vishesha Gyan. Samanya Gyan is there, Vishesha Gyan is not there, so Nabha, either this or that. That state of Chitta is known as Manaha. Contrary to that, I see you and immediately, with my reference in my memory book, I say, oh, here is so-and-so. I know him. I know him for the last so many years. Conviction. That state of Chitta, where a rock-solid, crystal-clear conviction arises, is known as Buddhi, rational conviction. And this is hesitancy and doubt. That is Manaha, rational conviction is Buddhi. And when it takes that Chitta takes the form of I am, that is Ahankara, egoistic existence. Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara are four mutations of the mind stuff of Chitta. When it is left alone, absolutely unmutated, it is Chitta, reflection of the Chetana, the Chit Shakti in you. That is why you say, I am aware, I am. Coming back to the shloka now. Asya adhishtanam uchyate. Asya adhishtanam uchyate. Asya means kamasya. Desire has a very, very safe, secure, almost irremovable lodgement in your mind. Chitta. And what is the Chitta? Storehouse of all your past impressions, sanskaras. That is what we are. The storehouse of all our such. So, Vasana, Kamana, whether it is physical or emotional or rational or egoistic, forget that. It has a very secure, almost irremovable lodgement in our mind. Indriyani mano buddhi asya adhishtanam uchyate. Adhisthana means a secure lodgement. Etair vimohita eshaha jnanam abritya dehinam. Etahir. By this, that all types of kamana, vimohati, I am totally confused, the jiva atma. Being a victim of kamana, vasana, and so on and so forth, I am totally confused. Confused of what? Confused of my true original nature, Paramatma Swarupa Aham. I am Paramatma Swarupa. That is totally confused. Jnanam abritya dehinam. That understanding, jnanam, that I am the divine, I am Satchidananda Swarup, that awareness has been totally covered up. Abrita has been totally covered up with 5 covers, Pancha Kosha. Annamaya, Manamaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. 5 coverings over my true original nature. And more I uncover myself, more I get a vision of that which is my true original nature. This is how Sri Krishna psychically elaborates and tells you, now dear, I as a friend of yours, I am telling you where your sworn enemy, Kamana Vasana, that is desire and lust, has secured a lodgment in you. I'm identifying that position. Now, having identified that position, I will tell you, take help of all the conventional disciplines that I have mentioned to you, the scriptures have mentioned to you, your guru have taught you and told you. Take help of all these. Have a total control on the movement of your mind and get hold of that foe of yours, enemy of yours, sworn enemy of yours. Get hold of it by its neck and throw it out. That's the answer. You can't live like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Day something, at night time something else. That should not be possible. So, in 40th shloka, he has described thoroughly well where is the secure lodgment of my worst enemy in my spiritual journey. Where is he lodged? Not outside in the world. It is well within me. And it has secured a very safe lodgment because I have been patronizing it. I have been helping it to be with me. I love it. I love to desire this. I love to desire that. That's what it is. He has identified it. He has taught you and he has told you that this is where it has its secure lodgment. And because of that, you are confused and confounded. And because of your confusion, you have forgotten who you are, what you are in reality. And you have, not only that, it is Avarana Shakti, it has covered itself up, and Vikshepa Shakti, you have identified yourself with what you are not. That's what has happened to you. Let us move on to the next shloka. This is the diagnosis and this is the treatment. He has diagnosed where the error lies. Where is the root cause of the disease? Now he is giving you the treatment part of it. Tasmat. Therefore, you have understood it, everything, Yasmat, this is what it is. Tasmat, therefore, Tvam, you, Adu, right from the beginning. Niyamya Bharata Arshava, bull among the Bharata Kula. You know, there's a saying all in English also and also in Indian language. A bull, a well-fed, mighty bull is supposed to be very, very, very strong. There's no obstacle which he cannot break and go through. So, Sri Krishna, to inspire Arjuna, he is telling him, among the clan of Maharaja Bharata, from whom that lineage has come down, Bharata Vangsha Kula Udbhava. You are product of that lineage. And you are as strong as a bull amongst men. That means no obstacle is an obstacle for you. He will address Arjuna in various words according to various situations, highlighting the aspect of Arjuna. Here he says, you have to get rid of that vasana and kamana, that desire and lust, which has secured a good lodgment in your mind stuff, and you get hold of it, read it, and throw it away. And you start by controlling your movement of your indriyas, your chitta, your mana, your buddhi, and your ahankara. Antakarana. Indriya and antakarana together, you educate yourself to manage them. Here managing means not subjugation or suppression. Here management means sublimation. Because you are asked to get rid of desire. It is desire which differentiates you from the chair on which you are sitting. You are an animate object. You have life force, you have desire, you have this, you have that and that. Otherwise, you are an inanimate object. So does spirituality mean that a man should make himself willfully parallel to an inanimate object? A piece of stone, a piece of carpet, a piece of wooden furniture? Suppression means converting yourself into an inanimate object, a dullard, an nincompoop. That is not spirituality. Spirituality is to upgrade yourself till you reach your goal. And what is that goal? Merge your individual identity with the cosmic identity. So Sri Krishna in the 41st sloka, because he is now concluding the chapter, he is concluding, identify the place where kamana, vasana, desire and lust has secured a lodgment in you. Where does it stay? In your antakarana, mind stuff, which is a sum total of all your samskaras collected over several lives. That is the storehouse, and it has secured its lodgment there. Therefore, Ado Indriyani Niyamya Bharata Arshava. He is inspiring Arjuna. Be strong. Be determined. Stop not till the goal is reached. Uttishtata Jagrata Prapyavaran Nibodhata. Swamiji has translated it in very beautiful English. Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Prapyavaran Nibodhata. Uttishtata. Arise, awake, Jagrata. Be alert, be awake, and get hold of that, and hold it by its neck and throw it out to oblivion. Free yourself from desire. How do you do that? Indriyani Ado Niyamya. Your sense organs, first sublimate them. I will use the word sublimate. I will not use the word control. I will not use the word restraint. I will not use any other word. I will always use the word sublimate. What is sublimation? I am looking at the chair. I am looking at an inanimate object with a name, chair, with a form, shape and size, with a quality to make a tired man sit and rest, and its utilitarian value. Qualities, coziness, softness, inviting enough. And it has its utilitarian value. That is how I'm used to. I'm using my indriya, I'm using my memory, I am using my understanding, rationality, all the mutations of antakarana. And I stop there. As soon as I stop, my sanskaras of liking and disliking comes up. Oh, it's a wonderful chair. I would like to have it. Desire. That is how we are used to. Constitutionally, that is what we are. Constitutionally. Is it clear, dear? Now, what is sublimation? Sublimation is, I have been told 1,001 times, 1,000,000 times, try to see the awareness of presence of God everywhere in space and every moment of time of your life. I've been told, and I never do it. Niyamana means control, literally. Controlling how? By sublimating. What is that sublimation? The fifth dimension. Name, a chair. Form, qualities, utilitarian value. And it exists. And I am aware of its isness. As I am aware, I am awareness of my existence. I sublimate my understanding in seeing the cosmic existence, Brahman, Atman, there. That is Niyamana. You are educating yourself to add a fifth dimension to the already acquainted 4 dimensions of your understanding. So I am now talking about how to put it into practice, not only maintain in your brain and talk about it for hours together. What have you to practice in life? Indriyani Ado Niyama. Here is the instructive part of it. No escape for you. Therefore, having explained to you what is the lodgement, now you please kindly educate yourself to live in God, to live with God, live for the sake of serving His children in life, and that will happen to you by the grace of God. Nothing but God in your life. And try to see Him everywhere, interact with Him everywhere. That is sublimation of your understanding. Tasmat, therefore, tvam, you. He is directing his finger. You, whosoever he may be, the student of the Gita. Indriyani Ado Niyama. Sublimate your understanding and make use of your antakarana, which is an inner organ, and bahirandriya, outer organs. Educate yourself again with correcting your attitude every moment of your life. whatever you are doing, whatever you are saying, whatever you are performing, let there be an awareness of presence of the divine. Tasmat, therefore, is concluding now, Indriyani tvam niyamya adau. Adau indriyani niyamya. He Bharatarshava. Papnanam prajahihenam jnana vijnana nashanam. That kamana, that vashana, they are absolutely vicious, full of vice. Why? Because it is preventing you to find your own true original nature, that is the divine in you. No enemy could be worse than that enemy, which is denying your birthright to be one with the divine. Jivana mukti sukha prapti hetave janmadharanam. You are born a human for only one purpose, and you have forgotten that purpose. That purpose is to enjoy the ecstatic bliss of being free while being alive in this world. Papnanam prajahihenam jnana vijnana nashanam. It does not allow you to see and understand things properly in their proper perspective. It steals you away and takes you on a walk, takes you for a ride. This is what Sri Krishna says here. And two more shlokas remain. He will conclude the third chapter with a word of blessing and good cheer. Now, these two shlokas, dear, are to be said to be essential instruction of performance. That is, in the Bible, I am told, it is said, you must educate yourself to see His hand everywhere, to see His smile everywhere, to feel His presence everywhere. There's no difference. It's man-made, idiotic difference. To see the divine everywhere is the essence of all branches of religion. Whether you call it divine, whether you call it Sunyam, whether you call it Allah, Musa, Khuda, Christ, it's immaterial. Whether you call it Father in heaven or the soul within me, it's immaterial. To be one with God is the essential teaching of all religions. Well, dears, we have completed the 41st and we'll to study the 42nd, which is a continuation of the 41st, and 43rd is the conclusion of the chapter. Thank you, dears. Thank you ever so much. We meet again next time.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.